Hello, hello, coconuts. Welcome in. Happy Monday. I hope everyone had a fabulous weekend. I had a very chill weekend, and I needed that. I needed that. So I'm happy to get back into the swing of things. I mean, technically, I'm well rested, but I'm still tired. I think at this stage, rest is a myth. So I'm just picking up where we left off and getting the skin rendered. I'll wait for some more people to hop into the live. Yes, I'm using a Karen Dash right now. I use a mix of a few different kinds. Hey, welcome in. All right, let me find. I had a reference I was using last time. Hey. Welcome in. All right. Finally joined the club. Hey guys, welcome to the club and welcome to the live. So happy to have you. Did you join the Discord and everything? You all set up? Because the Discord's where the party's at. That's what I like to see. Welcome in. Just doing light coverage right now. And this color is burnt sienna, by the way. Not pressing hard at all, just super soft. Just trying to get the lay of the land before we start applying pressure. Putting our back into it. We don't gotta do all that just yet. I'm looking forward to doing this hair as well. Hey, welcome in. I feel like this weekend felt long, which is nice for once because usually it just flies by too quick. Too quick. Also, I finished our page that we were working on last week and posted it, so make sure you head over there and check out that video because you know the algorithm tries to hide me for 6 months out the year. Hey, Mamiana. Welcome in. This is a Prismacolor pencil in the color burnt ochre. Still using super light pressure. Just blending it out into the darker color burnt sienna we have already laid down. I've been so out of breath lately. I've been doing my voiceovers. I'm like, girl, catch your breath. I can't. So if you hear me breathing hard, it's not me. It's this baby. She's pressing my lungs. Oops. I don't want to spend all day and night on this skin, so I'm trying to put some, I don't want to rush it, but moving with intention. I'm trying to get to where I want to be, which is the hair. Where's my sharpener? Here it is. Yes, coloring with me. I love when you guys color with me. It makes it feel more like we're doing it together. I'm so happy. Hey, Miss Rose. I'm so happy that my camera's not doing that weird thing that it was doing last week, because that was not fun trying to edit that video. The footage was all different kinds of colors. It did not look right at all. It took me way longer than usual. This is Hazel by Karen Dash. Hey, Hannah girl. Hey, Kimmy. Hello, shoulder. Alright, so now I can start putting some pressure. You can do it, put your back into it. Get into it. I'm using like moderate to firm pressure. Starting to deepen this all up. My book signing, my very first one, is this Saturday in Brooklyn. I'm very excited. We got a new space so we could have more people come. And from when I looked last time, there was only one ticket left. So we sold it out again. It's still going to be pretty intimate from my understanding. I actually don't know how many tickets they sold. So, but these spaces can't be that big, so. But I'm excited. I think Kev on Stage is hosting an event there, either right before or right after, like the weekend before or after. And I was like, oh man. I don't really know what I would do with me. I don't really know what I would do when I meet anybody anyway. I'm not like a go meet somebody type person, because I don't be knowing what to say. I would go there and be like, hello. And that would be all I really have to give, because I guess I love your stuff. I don't know. Like, it's a lot easier to talk to the coconuts than people out in the wild. I'll She's sitting there like, so, what brings you here? What brings you to town? Come here often? Nice, nice. I'm gonna get my small talk together one of these days. Not this day, but one of them. All the supplies and markers and everything that I use are linked in my bio, my Amazon storefront, so you can see. I use a whole bunch of different stuff. The shoulder is shouldering. Thank you. We're getting it together. I'm just blendiana, blendiana, blendiana. Project Runway. I think Project Runway would whip my ass for real. I think Project Runway would have me crying for my mommy. No, this doesn't hurt my fingers. At one point, that was a goal of mine. They had reached out to me when I first graduated college, because I went to college for fashion design. And they wanted me to audition, but they would be filming during June 2015. And I was like, oof, I'm actually getting married. I know. So that wasn't gonna work. Plus, I would have had to probably quit my job. And I was, on the fast track to make some real money there. So I wasn't really trying to do that either. But I can't so fast. That's my problem. Look how long it takes me to color one page. And they want me to make a ball gown? I would have definitely played myself. Most certainly would have played myself. I still think about it though. I still watch Project Runway to this day. I'm mad far behind on this season. La Roche been eating everybody up. I'm like, damn. La Roche came to hurt everybody's feelings. I said, I know that's right. Let's get some real fashion industry people in here, because Project Runway, when I watched it and I was younger, I used to think, oh, they're kind of mean, Michael Kors was a little mean, or, like, when you actually work in fashion, that was baby stuff that they were doing on that show, okay? La Roche is a more accurate representation of the energy that the fashion industry has for you. Because that's literally how they talk. And then after working in fashion and like having people like just talk to you any type of way, I'm like, this is what the show needed. It needed La Roche. It did. because that's exactly how they speak to you. I remember when I was an intern, I used to be standing in the corner with my fist balled up like Arthur, like, who the are these people talking to? He used to have me, oh my gosh, just so rude and so nasty. Especially in New York, like, when I would talk to my fashion counterparts in LA, totally different vibe. Totally different vibe. They were way more chill. They were still like, they were a little bitchy, but like not mean bitchy. New York is like aggressive as hell already. Like everybody trying to fight. Always. But I liked it. It's like you gotta be like conditioned for those types of vibes. Not too much on next now. Girl, please. The hell. That's exactly what it is. After working and living there for as long as I did and being married from someone from Harlem, bye. Aggressive as hell. Aggressive as hell. And has my heart. I'm not saying there's not nice people in New York. Don't be ridiculous. And just because they're aggressive don't mean they're not nice. They're aggressively nice. In New York City, when you go to FIT, it's all transplants. Anyway. And working in the fashion industry is mean as hell. Like, it's not even a question. Hella mean. And they don't care. You ain't laying. My mama was from Jamaica, Queens, and she is something. Hello? And they have the best intentions. They are raw, and you just can't be soft. You just can't be soft at all. They smell it. They smell it. As soon as I stopped with all the whan stuff, fashion industry got a lot easier for me. A whole lot easier. Once I started biting back, they're like, oh, okay, period. Period. I just didn't know you could keep up. What's tea? And that's when the money came. Still wasn't for me, though. I do like the money, though. That was nice. That was very nice. I would love to have my New York City salary. Would love it. But once I had my son, I said, yeah. No. Once I'm like rich, I'm gonna get a place in Harlem. Like a little studio or something. A little loft or something cute. Because nowhere feels like home to me the way Harlem feels like home. Like that was like where my life started. Every time I go there, I'm like, breath of fresh air. Breath of fresh, stinky air. Hey, welcome in. I gotta drink Gatorade tonight because I was getting lightheaded. You know, the pregnancy likes to make me feel lightheaded. Y'all folks who can handle living in the city are a different breed. I think that's true. There is a certain mental health issue. There is something about city life that is not normal. The energy of being in the city, I don't know how to explain it. Especially as a creative, like, it's just electric. It's so electric. Hold on, I gotta look up a back row reference. What do I even look up for that? Back row reference? I would live in the city if I didn't have small children. The complication that happened once I had my son, I was like, yeah, I can't hang with this. If I had a lot of money and small kids, I could live in the city. But having normal money with small kids in the city is too much stress. Way too much for it. I couldn't hang. How come I look up back roll reference and I'm just getting a bunch of skinny backs with no rolls? Give me a roll. Give me a roll. This is a good one, but it's kind of far away. I need like a little bit closer. I can't really see for real. This one's better. Bastani. Okay, let me save this one. And then I need like a back reference. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, I'm gonna use that one. All right. Let's get to it. Coming back in with Burnt Sienna. Did you miss a session? Were you here on Thursday last week? That was the first session with this page. And then I just picked up from where I left off like 20 minutes ago. Usually I'm live Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. But this week I have the Coloring Club meeting on Thursday. And usually we on there all night. So I just have learned to just not even plan to go live when I know we have our club meetings. So I have plans Wednesday, but if I get home in time, I'll hop on. Meeting as though we're conducting this. Well, it is a meeting. It's the Coloring Club meeting. And we don't be in there doing nothing but cutting up. This little girl's getting so strong. I'll be trying to work. Mind you, should I be resting my iPad on my stomach when I know there's somebody that resides in there? Maybe not. I don't know. That's what I'm used to doing. I'm a sea otter. She is so strong. She will kick my iPad straight crooked off my tummy. I'm like, all right, let me move it. She kicks my seatbelt. She kicks my arms. She don't want nothing touching this belly ever. She said, respect the bump. I was looking at footage because somebody had rang my doorbell earlier, and I was looking at the footage of who was at my door, and it went all the way back to me standing outside after we picked up Michael from school, telling my husband to bring something inside. When I tell you, I waddled. First of all, I didn't think I looked pregnant in this dress. I was like, oh, you almost can't tell I'm pregnant in this dress. Lies. Second of all, why am I walking like that? I gotta do something about that. I can't be waddling around here. It's too soon. I'm like, that's crazy. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, why am I walking like that? Here come Michael. That's just how you walk. Okay, so let me explain what a rhetorical question is. Because I really wasn't asking you a damn thing. Thank you. Don't know why to hear that's just how you walk. Didn't ask you nothing. But it is apparently how I walk. And I need to not walk like that ever again. That's why people be saying "aw" and all that stuff when I walk in. Because I'm waddling. Like, what in the damn sumo wrestler? Nah, I gotta strut. I refuse to be waddling at this damn book signing. I know that. Not me. Not yet. Hello, I'm in there in my Annalise Keaton. I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm not even in the third trimester yet. Let's slow this down. That's too fast, mama. That's too fast. I know. I would like to start waddling maybe at 8 months. I need like 3-4 more weeks before I'm ready to waddle. My face has started changing too, I noticed. I'm like, here it comes. I'm about to get that gua sha though. I don't care if my face gets rounder. I actually miss my face from when I used to be heavier. I like my round baby face. So I'm happy to see her again. But I do not need my nose to be pregnant. I do not need that. I'm carrying the baby, my nose is not. I don't need that. And the congestion has started. That's when I know it's about to start cutting up. Child, I'm pregnant waddling right now, no baby. I mean, I already have a bit of a waddle. Naturally. I have an identifiable walk. I've learned to accept that. But this is a lie. I remember my sister-in-law ran up to me. I was downtown. I was like maybe 40th and 7th. And I get a tap on my shoulder. And it's my sister-in-law. I'm like, oh my God, hey. She's like, I knew it was you from all the way back there from your walk. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Damn. For real? Stop asking to join the line. Hey, Coco Bro. Eric, I've been waiting to send you that. Do you remember the 21st night of September? I've been waiting to send you that all year. I couldn't wait to post that. I said, yes, today's the day. Today's the day. Thank you. Thank you, Adrian. Ooh. Mr. Coco closed that door kind of hard. He made some he made some hot wings. And now he got heart palpitations. Let's see, you about to be 39, brother. You gotta relax. You gotta relax. Okay? That indigestion caught up with you. Listen, I've been having indigestion for years now, since my first pregnancy. He's now just starting to get things caught up, okay? He's aging in reverse. So he's not used to feeling the signs of his aging, but this one got him. He was clutching his chest and shit, like, oh, this one's sad. Mm-hmm. He said, my heart feel like it's beating fast. What that mean? It mean you turning 39 in 2 months. You need to leave all this hot stuff alone after 7 p.m. Yeah, leave it alone. Leave it alone. He was upset. Because when I told him when I had them sticky wings at Dallas BBQ and it was making me feel like I was going to anaphylaxis, he didn't understand what I was talking about. Now he understands. Tomato sauce, that'll get you. That's gonna be a bad night. And he had spaghetti last night. I'm like, don't serve me no spaghetti after a certain hour. I was looking at him, I was like, damn, that's crazy. You don't have any gray hair yet. Then I started thinking, I was like, wait, hold on. I don't see any gray hairs on your mama or your daddy. And your dad still got a head full of hair. Does that mean you're not gonna go gray or bald? I'm gonna just be out here with no hairline and white hair? Because that's what's in my future. My daddy bald. His dad doesn't have gray hair. His mom doesn't have gray hair. His older sisters don't have gray hair. Also, I posted in my story that picture of me and Michael with our matching missing hairlines. Why did that story get 15,000 views? The algorithm is so shady. Why would you have that many people view that one particular story of me with my postpartum hairline? And that's supposed to just be a little kiki. Why would you have that many people view that one particular story of me with my postpartum hairline? And that's supposed to just be a little kiki with the usual crew. 15,000 story views is insane. That wasn't for public consumption. I would have posted it to the grid if I wanted everybody to see that. That was just a little jokey joke. Childish. Had me very, very embarrassed. Actually, I don't get embarrassed by stuff like that, but I did acknowledge the pettiness of the algorithm. If I thought it was embarrassing, I wouldn't have posted it. It was just a little funny thing. But hey, y'all, welcome in. I'm gonna have my sacred drops on lock though. I'm not gonna start taking them until after baby girl comes, but I'm not going back to that postpartum hairline. I can't and I won't. Not in 2025. I know better, so I'ma do better. And I already got this little Cocoa Puffer little baby bonnet. Little satin sheets. Everybody's hairline will remain intact. I'll be certain of it. It's a tradition in my husband's culture that when the baby is like maybe 4 weeks old, you shave the baby's head and you take the hair and you weigh it, and however much it weighs, you donate that weight in gold, and it's for blessings for your baby. Now, I already told him I'm not doing that. We didn't do it for Michael. The classes are on hold until I pre-record them. So if you're in the club, you have access to the replays. So if you join the club, you can watch Skin 101 from the replay. If not, you're going to have to wait until the next wave of classes, which will be pre-recorded for the club. But I'm not doing live workshops until after I had this baby. So, but Michael's hair, when his baby hair fell out and his like normal hair started growing in, it was like so patchy, and I was like, damn, I really could have just shaved his head, but I'm not shaving my daughter's head. I'm not doing it. My sister-in-law shaved my niece's head, and then the aunties was calling her Little Bill in the group chat. I said, y'all not about to be talking about my daughter, because I will fight all of y'all, and you know I will. I'll line everybody up, okay? Everybody be nice to my daughter, and don't talk about my niece either. I was ready to fight them in there about my niece. Okay? I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm like, this y'all tradition, you gonna call my niece Little Bill? No. Fighting words. See, that's a good, because not only are they Ivorian, West African, but they're from Harlem. The combo is crazy. Only the thickest of skin, because your feelings will get hurt. Your feelings will really get hurt. And they're very sweet about it. They're like, oh, I'm sorry that your daughter look like Little Bill. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have said nothing if I had known that it would have hurt your feelings, though. The fact that your daughter looked like Little Bill. Because they said what they said. And they meant it. So there's no going back once it's said. But they definitely wouldn't want to hurt your feelings. But her hair came back, and it came back pretty evenly. And now she be wearing her little braids and bows and barrettes and all that, the bobos. Cutest, precious little pumpkin pie. Hi, new here, girl. After I saw your coloring books, I deleted every last one of my own card. Yes! Thank you, girl. Oh no, I'm excited to color the hair too. I'm about ready. I was telling my sister-in-law, I don't want to be putting like a whole bunch of tension and all that stuff on my baby's hair. Even on my toddler's hair, like, I don't know about all them like tight braided styles. I might, do little pigtails with the braids and the bobos, something like that. But I don't know about like cornrows and all that stuff. I gotta see what the vibe is. For the first year, it's given throw a bow on it. You know what I mean? Detangle it, moisturize it. Make sure it's shining and smelling good. And put a headband on it. But I don't want to put all that tension on my baby's hair. Coco, I bought me an iPad just so I could color. Why when the iPad get here, my anxiety kicked in? That sounds about right. Don't even worry about it. Just dig right in. Just dig right in. Don't put any expectations on yourself. Because that's when anxiety kicks in. Because the best thing about an iPad and coloring on an iPad is that nothing is permanent. It's not like coloring where it's like once you put that marker down, you're gonna have to make it work. You could just double tap and it's undone. So don't stress. It's a lot more forgiving. So don't even worry. You got this. Go ahead and get the app. That's the first step. Download the app tonight and then just set it down and start tomorrow. Just get the app. In my video that I posted tonight, in my voiceover, I was talking about like the coloring community having a lot of anxiety around coloring and the comparison that people are doing, and I get it like I understand, I overstand, because I've gone through that in other areas. I haven't done that with coloring, interestingly enough. With coloring, I never felt like I looked at somebody else's stuff and was like, ooh, I wish I could color like that, or I wanted my coloring to be on that level. It was more so of like, oh, I like those techniques. Oh, I want to try that. I didn't fall into that trap of feeling like I needed to compare in that way. But in every other area of my life, I have fallen into that trap. And I know how that just sucks the joy out of everything. Because you are the bar. No, I see people color all the time. Like, the way that I color is the way that I color, if that makes sense. And I see other people who I really, really love the way they color, and I could not do that. Like, I'm about to say her name wrong. Maria. I just whisper her name because I don't say it correctly. I just know I don't. Mireya. I watch her videos about 22 times in a row. And I'm like, I literally cannot do that. I don't feel sad that I can't do it. I just know I can't. And I enjoy her stuff, and I love watching her color and watch everything come to life. And even like the coconuts in the club, like there are certain things like I feel like I can't get my skin as smooth as like Shannon or Ash can get their skin like so smooth. Or Eric literally makes like the colored pencils look like he's painting somehow. Like I can't do that. But I don't feel like this sense of comparison where I feel like I feel bad about it, if that makes sense. I just acknowledge the uniqueness that everyone else has. But I have fallen into the trap of comparing myself as an artist overall to other people in the industry. And I know that made me feel like doo-doo caca, you know? That made me feel like I was behind, or what's the point? Like you start feeling real down, and that can be very discouraging. And I think there's also a link to people who are coloring for content versus people who are just coloring for the hobby. I think once you add the content component to it, it adds another layer of stress. Because now you're coloring for views. And that will mess your psyche up. And sorry, I gotta turn my fan on. I'm having a hot flash. So I want to encourage people to remember why you are creating and why you're coloring, because the point of it is to bring joy. If you're not enjoying it, I don't want you to continue doing it. I don't want you to feel obligated to continue a hobby that makes you sad or feel stressed or... Now, what the... This marker almost got mink, because I thought there was something on there. Well, there is something on there. A little lash. Whoops. I was looking for that too. I found the one, but I couldn't find that one. That was after I went to the Sharpie event, then I came on live and I pulled those off in the middle of my live, and then I couldn't find the other one. I'm just a girl. Okay. Those are the Kiss Wispies for anyone who's asking. Link in bio. Actually, the link's not really in bio. I'm just playing. Oh, I gotta do the hands. But yeah, I want people to be able to enjoy coloring and to show up to the space and feel worthy of sharing their work, regardless of what it looks like. You also can't be afraid to like make stuff that you don't like. I don't share it with y'all when I don't like a piece, because y'all get to get started. Like, what do you mean you don't like it? There have been plenty of pieces that I do not like when we're done, to be honest. Like a lot. Where I'm like, eh. And that's okay. it's totally okay. And then there's some pieces where I'm like, wow, I love this so much. This is so beautiful. I don't think I could ever do this again, but it was all worth it for this. Do you find the pieces you don't like everyone loves? Let me think. I think there are a couple in particular. Let me look back. Where first of all, I think the viewer's choice one, I was convinced I was not going to like. And I liked that one a lot more, but it wasn't a favorite, but everyone really, really liked that one. I don't like the alphabet page. I didn't like this page. Everyone loved this page. I did not like this page, unfortunately. I like her skin. I liked her hair for the most part. I don't like it. So I knew that was gonna be an unpopular opinion. The background throws me off. The tattoos throw me off. There's something like childish about it. The color palette gives Barney and Friends. So, and what I don't want is for it to come across as hypercritical, because then I don't want y'all being hypercritical of your own work. I just have things that I like and things that I don't. Like, it's just, I try it out. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. So I keep the critiques to myself because I don't want it to be misinterpreted by you guys. And I also don't equate me not liking something to it being bad. And I also don't equate me not liking it to me being a bad artist. Like, those are all separate thoughts and feelings. But sometimes that people can conflate them, and I don't want that to be the message I send. There's also been times where I finish something and I don't like it, and then I come back and look at it. I'm like, okay, I like it. Like the stone statue, didn't love that at first. Stepped away, came back, loved it, obsessed. Sometimes it just takes a little second. It is 10:18 where I am. Yeah, I get too close to it sometimes, so it's like I need a break to be able to see it for what it is. The snakes I did not love right away either. Coraline, I didn't love that. Until the background was done, and then everything came together, and I was like, okay, all right, we figured it out. But for the most part, when I'm coloring for the vibes. I'm coloring for this, like what we're doing. So if it doesn't come out like, ooh, I love it, and I'm like, ooh, over it, I'm still happy about the friends I made along the way. You know what I mean? Hey, twin. But I want people to be able to enjoy the craft. And if it becomes unenjoyable, then stop. Life already has so many unenjoyable things. Forcing yourself to do a hobby, just stop. Do something else. Like you don't have to. You don't have to. And even in the coloring club, like, there are seasons where people will still be a part of the community and enjoy being with everyone, but they're not actively coloring at that time. And then when they get the encouragement to want to do it again, or the time or the energy, they do it again. But you don't have to, for even when I feel like I can't like contribute the way I want to my coloring, I take breaks too. Mind you, I work here. So it's a whole different level of impact when I take breaks, and I still take a break. Because what the hell I look like forcing myself to color? Really? No, I'm not doing that. I won't. You can't make me. Especially like as we approach the holiday season, it gets harder for me to be able to color consistently. Like there's just so much to do, and I have to give myself that space. I understand that. Like take up a new hobby if it's causing you harm. Crochet, you know what I mean? Paint, roller skate. I don't know. Write movie reviews. Do something until you miss the art, and then come back, and it will be way better. It would be way better that way. I'm so annoyed because I want to work on my commission piece. Oh, yeah, I know. But you want to do that when you're in the right time and space. All right, so I'm coming in with terracotta because Miss Roxanne is a ginger. You colored your Halloween book last night? Ooh. I know we're going to make our way back to Halloween after this. Also, my publisher asked for, and I'll put this in the Discord for the coloring crew, for anyone who wants their artwork featured on like my Rest and Reflect or like my author page on Amazon. So I'll put something in the Discord just on like how to do that, because they want some colored art to be on there. I was like, let's have the coconuts submit some stuff. I'm gonna put some of my stuff, but I want the people to see what the coconuts be out here doing, because y'all been eating Rest and Reflect up already. Yes, I know. There's the Coconut Avengers will be game. They will be ready. You haven't colored in volume 10 yet? Ooh, that's a fun one to color in. Oh, we got to get back to volume 10 too. I have so many things. So many things to color. So little time. I was just thinking about that, Brie. I never heard about that again. It was in my contract. Never heard about it again. Plus the review thing. Like, there was a few things in my contract that I'm like, hello? That they said was required of me to do. Like, the ARCs was a requirement that they put on me. And then never heard anything about it again. But I have, like, over 20 copies here. That's why I'm doing giveaways and stuff periodically. So I majored in fashion design, so I was in the arts, but not art. But I had a lot of friends who were art majors. And I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts. For the shine on the lips, I used a white acrylic Sharpie marker. Favorite color is green. You're welcome. Hannah, I also want you to know that you've changed the default in my mind to Hannah. So now when I meet a Hannah, I'm calling them Hannah. It's happened twice. And they're like, oh, it's Hannah. I'm like, what did I just say? Is that not what I said? I do have a Halloween book out. Link in my bio. Also, it looks like Atlanta might be a go, but in November. So I might be coming to ATL, Georgia in the first week of November. It's not firm yet, but just put it on your radars. I've been to Miami, but Miami wasn't on my publisher's list. So, but I know I have a lot of people down in the Miami area. All right, scooch all over. I have not heard anything back about DC. I expressed that I was comfortable going to DC, and they were reaching out to Mahogany Books and Loyalty Books. But they also said that the independent bookstores are notoriously slower to respond. So I'm just giving them a little time to holler back. But I would really like to get out there. And I know my bestie was like, how about Norfolk? I'm like, girl, my publisher ain't gonna pay for me to go to no damn Norfolk. So hopefully we hear back soon. But we just gotta be a little more patient with the independent bookstores. And that's cool because I'm really just not even all the way together. Like I'm kind of out of sorts myself, so I'm like, take your time. I just gotta be ready to be on my Zoom. I'm wearing this little black dress from the book signing, and I think I want to wear my hair like my natural hair with like a little side bang swoop thing and a little updo. I don't know if I want to wear my half wig or not. I think I would feel prettier if I just wore my natural hair. You know, sometimes it's like I just need to breathe. So, Busboys. I think they have a network of bookstores that they work with specifically. Let me see if that's on there. Because they have like their own folks. DC. No, that's not on here. The color I'm using right now is Terracotta YR5 by Ohuhu. So let me see. I have a picture of my hair in a similar style, I think. That was last year. Actually, no, that was earlier this year. Wasn't that like around Michael's half birthday? Because we went to the school. Like how I wore it for the Women's Day event, like something like this, but like a little bit messier bun, like with some curls coming out. Something like that. I think it'll be cute because the dress has like an interesting strap detail thing. I think I'll feel prettier like that. Let's see. Do I have another one? I think that might be the only picture I have like that. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna read Kamala's new book anytime soon because my attention span is non-existent. But I'm gonna order it though. I'm gonna own it. Maybe that will be something once my attention span is back normal. But right now, I'm not even gonna play myself. I'm still trying to read through the book club book that we got this time. And I started with the side quest. Mind you, I'm enjoying it. I just can't keep reading it for long periods of time. So the book club book that we're reading right now, I actually don't remember what the actual book is because I didn't get it yet, but the side quest book that I'm reading is instructions for dancing. And it's a YA book, super cute. I'm enjoying it. I haven't picked it up as often as I need to. And I'm actually invested. But it's honestly like a sleepiness thing. Even when I'm trying to do my calendar, I started working on the coloring calendar. My eyes, King of Ashes, thank you, Shan. King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. I remember now. The issue is I can't keep my eyes open. I just can't keep my eyes open. When I'm drawing, my eyes feel like 1,000 pounds. This is Pale Mauve, by the way, R27. So everything just takes me longer than I would like. And I had to do it in small sections. But I'm going to try and read a little bit before bed every night. Because I can't even stay awake to scroll. I wake up with the same video still playing in my hand. I'm like, dang. Can't even keep the eyes open for a little scroll. Hell no. But I'm going to try and get it together sooner rather than later. I'm gonna read a little bit tonight. That's all I'm gonna do. I also managed to listen to like half of Cardi's album today, because even listening to music is hard to keep my attention these days. There's a couple little bangers on there, but for the most part I was like, okay, all right. I like the main songs that are popular right now. But it's only my first pass. It takes me like a couple times to get through it and really form an opinion. But it gave what I expected it to give, if I'm honest. I wasn't expecting back-to-back bangers like what we got with Invasion of Privacy. But I played Pretty and Petty back a couple times. Had to make sure I heard all those bars clearly. I also liked the Bodega Baddie. That got me, hey, But I've been trying to just listen to what she's saying for the most part, the first pass. Like, hear the words and then go back and really, like, absorb the song and see if I like the song. But she's talking a lot, and I'm nosy, so that's what I'm really here for. And I heard everybody's mad at Crystal for what she said on the read. I didn't even hear the whole thing. I didn't even hear really. I only got to Kid Fury's part. And then I was like, okay, it's taking too long. I don't even know what she said, but I know everybody mad. So one of the things that I'm trying to figure out is like, they're like, I don't know if it's people that have never like listened to the read, But Chris will be going in. It's the read. It's the read. So I don't know if people are just not familiar or what, but I got to hear what she said. But the reaction, I've seen a lot of people are like, oh, why is she so invested and why is she going so hard? And I'm like, well, that's kind of the point. But I got to hear what she said first. Crystal was out of order. She was. I can see that 100%. I feel like Crystal would be going way way off the rails. Like when she get to start it, sometimes I feel like it gets away real quick. But the reaction has been like real strong. Krissa is a podcaster from the podcast The Read. She called her a bad mom. She did? She literally says she's a bad mom? Or that's like an interpretation? That seems kind of crazy as hell. That's what she said. I gotta listen. That seems out of order. I feel like bad mom, I can't picture her saying that, honestly. That's out of line for real. I hope that's not what she said. What I'm worried about is her with Cardi B is her having these kids and she talking about she's had pregnancies with preeclampsia. Okay, I heard that on the album. I said, now hold on, ma'am. You gotta chill with the having the babies if you having preeclampsia. That's dangerous as hell. That's dangerous as hell. I want her to she says she has poor judgment and her kids are gonna suffer and she can cover her bad parenting because she got money. Well, poor judgment, I think, is a fact. I think that's proven. Her kids are gonna suffer. Well, you can't. It's hard to say. Your kids are gonna suffer anyway. Rich and suffering, broken suffering. That's the human experience at this point. She said it takes more money to raise your kid, which it does. I don't even know this about it is. Yeah. I mean that sounds like a Crystal assessment. That sounds very Crystal-ish. She said other people raise her kids and that she can't actually raise that many kids. It was crazy. Do other people raise their kids? I'm just asking. I think there is a certain thing that happens when you have a lot of money and you work a lot that your kids are, you are reliant on people raising your kids in tandem with you. I gotta listen to it. I know her delivery be rough. Yeah, Beyonce has multiple kids, and I'm sure that other people raise them kids too. That's my point. I think the poor judgment thing is like we can all agree that Cardi has very poor judgment, especially when it comes to life partners and baby partners, right? I don't think that's like up for debate, right? We could say that. But in terms of judging how she is as a mother, how she's raising her children, we don't have visibility or insight into that. That's all assumptions. Hearsay. We fill in the blanks. We don't know what the hell going on in that house. How much time she's spending with them, how little time she's spending with them. We simply don't know. We simply don't know. I think I was shocked to see that Cardi was expecting. I think everybody was like, oh, wow, okay, all right. But I don't care. Personally, I don't have any real vested interest in that. I think it's crazy to still be planning to go on tour, for sure. I think that's a wild setup for yourself. And, that leaves a question in the mind of like, okay, so you're going to have a newborn and you're going to be on tour. So where's the baby, right? Like those are the questions. But at the end of the day, these kids are going to be provided for without a doubt, right? We know that. All these celebrities be working and carrying on about their business, and somebody's taking care of the kids. That's how it goes. This is not a new concept. So, I don't know why specifically Cardi is triggering, but I've heard Crystal go off on a lot of celebrities for this exact same thing. So I don't think she's targeting Cardi in general, but this is not anything new specifically. It's just not. It's just not. Yeah, that's where I'm at, Hannah. I gotta listen to it. Cause it's a lot. Yeah, I've heard her go off on Nick Cannon, Cam Newton. Like she be wrapping them up. She be ringing them all up. So I need to listen to why the Cardi read is so triggering to everybody. That's what I need to hear for myself and understand what the difference is, because it seems like her stance about that. Yeah, I heard that Stefan Diggs got 2 more kids on the way is what I heard, actually. But that's where that judgment comes into play for me. And even just listening to her album, she talks about it. Like, she doesn't say I have bad judgment, but the summarization of it is I have bad judgment. You keep going back to the same situation, expecting different results over and over again. Not to say people don't do that every single day, especially when you have love for the person, marriage, children. these are the patterns that become established. But to jump out of that and into a new situation with somebody who's showing to have an interesting track record is poor judgment in general, you know? So who she's choosing to have the kids with will be more of a question mark for me than the fact that she's having kids. Also, the fact that she has preeclampsia and past pregnancies and is getting pregnant so close together, that's more of a concern than the fact that the children are being born and being watched by other people. I don't really care about that. Like, that's normal. But at the end of the day, it's Cardi B. She got the coins. She's got the means. I just hope that she's taking care of herself health-wise so that she's not putting herself in risky situations to be carrying these babies to term, because that's dangerous. So hopefully she's doing what she needs to do. She has access, she has money, she has resources. So I trust she has a team. But I'll never forget when I was in the hospital giving birth and I heard Serena Williams was having complications at the same damn time. She gave birth the day after me, and she had a blood clot that went up and was traveling up and all this stuff. And I'm like, damn, even Serena Williams? Like, black women, you just have to be really, really careful. Resources or not. So, the back-to-backs they're just high risk. And that's the part that I'm nervous about. Because that is preventable, and we don't want to be putting ourselves in harmful situations. Preeclampsia is linked to the dad? Really? That's very interesting. I just used sepia. That's very interesting to me. I want to look that up because I was like borderline preeclampsia, and they never told me that. Because now I could go cuss my husband out. Look what you did to me. First of all, listen to this. The risk factors for preeclampsia include first pregnancy or multiple pregnancies after your first pregnancy. Now what? And then multiple pregnancies as in more than one baby. Okay, so being pregnant is the risk because there's no other, there are no other kinds of pregnancy. It's either your first pregnancy, your pregnancy after the first pregnancy, or you're having more than one pregnancy. Chronic high blood pressure, that was my issue. I had high blood pressure. It's believed to be related to an abnormal interaction between the placenta, we learned it tonight, between the placenta and the mother's blood vessels. Okay. I need to get into a real. Let's get to the root. What did the man do? So, caused by father. Studies have shown that men whose previous partners had preeclampsia. Wait, what? Studies have shown that men whose previous partners have had preeclampsia are at an increased risk of fathering children with the condition. This suggests that there may be genetic factors inherited from the father that predispose individuals to preeclampsia. Older fathers may have an increase of fathering children with preeclampsia. Certain parental lifestyle factors such as smoking, obesity, and chronic diseases. That's crazy. The immune system of the mother may react differently to the fetus's paternal antigens, leading to inflammation and the development of preeclampsia. This theory is supported by the fact that women who have a change in partners between pregnancies are at a higher risk. Wait, what? This theory is supported by the fact that women who have a change in partners between pregnancies are at a higher risk of developing preeclampsia. Why would that theory be supported by that? I need to look into this. I'm fascinated. Was it the men are giving the women high blood pressure? Hello. But why would switching partners between pregnancies lead to a higher risk of developing preeclampsia? So she had preeclampsia with Offset, but now she's at an even higher risk of developing it now that she's changed partners? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Google Health? What do you mean? Now Stefan Diggs got to give us a health report of all his damn baby mamas. And the baby mamas that are coming alongside Cardi. I just want Cardi to be okay. That's where I'm getting confused, Hannah. Because I feel like if there's a man who is linked to preeclampsia, you have 2 kids with him, then you change partners with a man who's not linked to preeclampsia. But maybe it's because your immune system started to develop like some weird reaction to the antigens of men in general. So now it's like, oh, now it's a new man? Nah, get this placenta out of here. Get this placenta out of here. Be like, yeah, boys, no. So crazy. Burnt sienna. Why wouldn't the doctors tell women that? I know why they wouldn't, but why they should. I know in my case it was actually my high blood pressure because I don't have high blood pressure anymore and pregnancy's been great. No problems. I'm allergic to most men. I just happen to find one who only makes me mildly ill. Right. Same. But I will be waking him up and be like, hey, remember how I like almost had preeclampsia? Turns out that's totally your fault. So you can rub my feet to make up for it, but I don't know, it's kind of rude. People are like, what? Like, yeah, I learned something new tonight. As always, it's your fault. I can't tell that man that because then he'll start like doing all types of research. He gonna start changing his diet and doing all types of stuff. He don't he don't play about no type of health stuff, nothing like that. He don't like none of that. I used markers first and then I layered pencil on top. I'm like 98.9% sure this will be our last child. He thinks I'm gonna try and sneak attack, like do a quick back-to-back, but in this economy, in this dictatorship, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that, you know? But he thinks I'm gonna see this little Cocoa Puff and be like, okay, one more. That's it for real. It's not that I wouldn't want to have another kid. That's just not responsible. Not right now. I know. Both of my kids were born in the Trump administration. One in the first one, and now one in the second one. I'm like, is this a stress response? I coped with the Trump administration by having children. Yes. It's like my body's like, we need something to distract us and look forward to, okay? Give us life. Give us life. Because mind you, I tried to get pregnant the entire Biden administration. The entire Biden administration. Nothing. Soon as that big orange Oompa Loompa little hand having, let me relax. As soon as he got back up in that office, pregnant. Right, what? Just like that. "2016 was Trump, but he didn't really come in to the inauguration in 2017, so we'll still count that as an Obama baby." We don't need to give him no extra time. It wasn't until that January that he was really up in there. He was the president-elect at the end of 2016. He would say, nope, that baby was born during my administration. You saw him on TV saying he hates his opponents. The feeling's mutual, sister. Hate you more. Yeah, I did hear that little jokey joke. I'm like, well, according to your rules, you should have got fired for that. Big man. You should have got fired for that. Isn't that what you said? People should lose their jobs for saying stuff like that. Jimmy's back. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to reinstate my Disney Plus subscription anyway. I kind of want my Hulu back. That's the only thing, but I don't know. Do I need it? I'm gonna wait till Jimmy comes back and see what he says, and then I'll decide. I keep my little $29.99. In this economy, listen, give me a reason to boycott and I'm out. I'm pulling all the coins, okay? It ain't nothing. I said, hey, Michael, you got to the 15th to enjoy this Disney Plus because it's canceled. He said, what? I said, it's for the cause. One thing he knows is a boycott, okay? He will shame you in a minute. Like, Target. Yeah, we out. So, whatever you need to watch it now. So, at this point, give me a reason to keep my money. I am okay with that. Say the word, and I will put this money right back in my pocket. It ain't no problem. It ain't no problem. Mind you, I was looking through, someone had said they had left me a comment on my video where I was talking about, like they were asking me why I never draw white people. That video I did a couple months ago. And I was looking through the filtered comments, and I had hundreds of filtered comments that I had no idea, because they moved filtered comments, so I didn't even know how to get to it. Hundreds of filtered comments of people calling me a racist, a mean girl, like going in. I'm like, bro. Y'all don't know the meanings of words. Y'all just say anything and everything. Imagine if a white person did this. White people been doing this. I hate when y'all bring that up because it's such a stupid point. The reason why Black people have to create places for themselves is because we have been historically, repeatedly excluded, erased from art, history, culture, everything. That's why I'm here. You can't exclude Black people, and then when Black people create for their own, you say, now you're excluding me. Get away from me immediately. Get away from me. Me representing Black people in a space where we have been excluded is not me excluding you. Okay? If you want to say this is an all-white party, and I say, cool, no problem. I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to interrupt. I'm not going to beg for a place in your white party. I'm going to just throw a Black party over here. Why are you knocking on my door? Now you want to come to the Black party. And if I say, no, you guys are having your white party, it's cool. It's no problem. Just stay at the white party. I'm doing a Black party. Now I'm excluding you. Child, please. Please. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand the issue. And then the crying about, well, we want to see us represented in your style. And you can't understand the entitlement in that. And, I always say I would love to see me in Van Gogh style. These are things that you don't even understand the thought process behind. I would have loved to see Black people in all the great masters' work. And when the masters painted us in, we were slaves hiding behind trees in the back of the art, and then eventually painted out because it was a painful reminder to the white people of the history that they had of enslaving us. So even when we were represented, they painted us out because it was a reminder of their own terrible crimes. Y'all never took art history in the shows. Now you're mad at me because I'm making coloring books to offset the awful history that my ancestors had to endure just so I could have a coloring book that looks like me and my family. Something for my kids to color in. Now we're mad. Okay. Well, I guess that's a bummer for all of us. I guess that's a bummer for all of us. People are like, she won't even color a Pakistani. Now, what the hell that... What? Are y'all in the white people's comments asking them to color a Pakistani? Are y'all in their comments asking them to color albino black people? Are y'all in their comments asking them to draw vitiligo people? Are you in their comments asking them why they don't draw every single kind of color person under every nation of God's earth? No. You're asking me. You know why you're asking me? Because I created a boundary and that immediately triggered you. And that's what it all comes down to. And that's what it all comes down to. Because there are plenty of white people who come and enjoy the content. They enjoy the coloring. They enjoy the community. Never once does it come up, well, can you make one that looks like me? That is a specific response by a specific demographic of white people. And that needs to be unpacked with you and your therapist. Your supervisor told you last week that your boundaries are the reason why she won't promote you? Oh, no. Go talk to the lady expeditiously. Go talk to that lady. I know, Don, I was kind of confused on what I was going to do, too. I was a little confused myself, but this is just going to be like a little combed out fro at the top. I'm not even gonna take that bait. That was a close one. I need to do an art history series. I'm using a mix of different color pencils. I used a couple of Prismacolors, but mostly Caran d'Ache color pencils. And everything I use is linked in my bio as well. Yeah, the idea of your boundaries being the cause for someone not to promote you. I'm calling somebody. HR, Barack, somebody's getting a phone call from me. Because what the hell you mean? My boundaries. Like, can you say that again into the microphone, please? I need this for evidence. The things that people say at work, I was hyper aware of the things that I said, especially to my direct reports, because y'all don't have fear. I don't understand. I do not understand. Yeah, HR definitely ain't for the person. Definitely not. But I know how to navigate HR like a mug. My mom is chief of human resources, so I know all the hot keys to get them looking at the right person in the situation. You feel me? Because once they recognize that the supervisor is the liability to the company, the rest does itself. Bye-bye. That's how I got my last boss up out of there. He played with the wrong one, shawty. I actually felt bad about that, though. I was like, damn, y'all didn't have to fire him. I just said maybe move him to a different area. I don't know. He just got to get away from me. And he got all the way away from me. Didn't even get to say goodbye. Said, what the hell? He was wilding, though. He was trying to get me to sign documents saying I verified stuff that I did not verify. That no one verified. Trying to get a deal signed. He wanted me to write a false statement and sign it saying that I verified this person's employment at this company and their status within the company, which did not happen, so that we could get a multi-million-dollar contract signed. Now, let's say I did that and that person actually was in fact not a valid employee there. And the only thing that they have to verify their employment there is a letter signed by me. Now, what you think that's going to do for me in my career? I told him, well, why don't you write it? Why don't you write it? He wouldn't write it. He wouldn't sign it. But he was trying to pressure me to do it. Okay. Mind you, he was writing all of this over Slack like a dummy. I said, keep it going. Screenshot this. Copy, paste that. Bada bing, bada boom. Insert some other little incidents that happened in the past. Bye-bye. I reported a boss for calling black people thugs, and then he told HR, well, they are. Ah! Well, I have never. Well, they are is crazy. Where is nobody scared anymore? The people are not afraid enough for me. I told him, let's fight. With a smile. No problem. And I'll see you outside. Beat him up. Yeah, it's real easy for them to get comfortable too. People get very comfortable at work and they just be saying any type of thing. Just be saying any old thing. That's so crazy. The real truth of the matter is it ain't never been freedom of speech. It ain't never been freedom of speech. Okay? And even when there is freedom of speech, the quiet part is the freedom to consequences as well. But the consequences only apply to some. That's the issue. Like, yeah, you can say what you want and you're going to get these consequences. Not all of y'all. Just the ones that say stuff we don't like. Because that wasn't very nice. You meanie black girl. Saying things that make us feel bad. fired. I used to always see, and I hated to see it when I was in corporate. There would always be like the top guys, and they would have like a token black woman as their right hand, right? And she would be the mouthpiece. I saw this exact formula so many times, right? Bad guy, good guy type of thing. She says everything. She's bold. She's loud. She's not afraid to speak her mind, right? She's really just the mouthpiece of this guy, right? But we know what happens with tokens. They get spent. And the one time she says this knucklehead's ideas out loud and it doesn't land, who's in trouble? Not him. Not him. Because he didn't say it. She said it. He thought it. He told her to say it. It was orchestrated. But she said it. And just like that, she's out of there. And it's always a specific type of black girl. And it's that black girl that doesn't want community with the other black girls in the office. And I'll just say that. So, hate to see it happen, but I ain't sorry to see it go. What's the difference between those colored pencils and Crayolas? Crayolas are very waxy and they're very hard. So they're not going to be as pigmented. They're not going to blend as well. They're not going to show up on top of different surfaces, and they're not going to layer as well. These pencils are softer, so they are more pigmented. They layer and they blend a lot better. They're also a lot more expensive. I did hear Clandis didn't get invited, and I heard that she was throwing a fit. Spent token syndrome. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. Oh, y'all remember last week when I said my husband was in here? And I was like, speak, show yourself. And he didn't say nothing. He was in here. And he got scared. When I went to bed that night, I was like, it looked like you were in the live. He said, yeah, I like popped in, like, ooh, let me see what she doing in here. And then as soon as I got in, here you go. Is that my husband? Is that you? He said, I swiped out of there so fast. I'm like, can she see me right now? He thought I could see him somehow. He got scared, so he left. Another day at work, ladies. Great job, everybody. Great job. Spooked him right off TikTok. He said, what the hell? He said, I started looking around the room like, what? I said, it came up right away. He said, ask Fit Daddy AB to co-host the live with you. Like, hello? What are you doing in here? Yeah, he was trying to be in the weeds and catch me out here. Ain't nothing to catch. Because I'm going to say it to him as soon as I get into bed anyway. I was on there talking about you. And was. Mm-hmm. We are pillow talkers. We be talking. Sometimes we be talking. It be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We still up in there laughing, kikiing, talking crap. We be in that bed yapping, and then all of a sudden somebody's responses start slowing down, and that means, and it's time. It's time to go to bed. I'll be clocking out. Last night I was trying to like have our little conversations, and I had to repeat the last thing 3 times. I was like, and that's why my nana's maiden name. This is literally what I was trying to explain. I said, and that's why my nana's maiden name was my dad's last name on the birth certificate, even though that's not the last name he went by at school. But then when he had to get married to my mom, he had to go back to my nana's maiden name. Silence. I said, hello? He said, repeat that last part. So I said it again. I'm like, thoughts? He said, what was that last part again? Man, forget it. He said, okay, if you don't want to talk, then we don't got to talk. What are you talking about if I don't want to talk? You asleep. Go to bed. How many times am I going to keep saying my daddy's last name? It's over. It's done. It's done. Till that newborn wears y'all out. I wonder if it will. It will wear me out, but that doesn't really stop me from talking is the issue. Because I was most certainly yapping through the newborn stage with my son. Because I was up. And if I'm up, it's everybody's problem. We all up. This is copper. I'm just adding like little details in. I was talking to Mr. Coco last night about that before we were in bed though. I was saying I felt like my sleep schedule when Michael was a newborn kind of worked for me. Like I forget who had a weird sleep pattern. Was it Da Vinci? Who used to sleep for like 4 hours at a time? It was one of those people, a philosopher or somebody. And I felt like I actually did really well. Besides the first week when I didn't sleep for like 5 days and I was having hallucinations. After that, me doing a little 3 hours sleep, 2 hours awake, I don't know, it kind of worked for me for some reason. I don't think I could do that now, but it was like in that certain stage, it was like real easy for me. He would make a sound, I'd wake right up. I didn't feel tired, I didn't feel anything. I was just like, I was up. And then when I would put him back down, I would literally be out like a light instantly. And I feel like it sounds crazy, but I know a lot of moms had this similar experience, but the newborn stage was the easiest of like the baby stages for me. That was the easiest stage. When they can't move, when they can't talk back, those are when things get complicated. Give me a newborn over a 3-year-old any day. The amount of women in class who tell me postpartum they had a brief psychotic episode. Yeah, I definitely did. It was the sleep deprivation. I had about like 12 hours where I was having a hard time differentiating between what was real and what wasn't. And I was hallucinating. Other than that, it was easy. Yeah, the first days are a bit of a doozy. I will say that. Because I was looking at my husband in bed and his face just started melting off. And I was like, I highly doubt his face is melting off right now. And it was very strange because I was seeing things, but cognitively I was recognizing that what I'm seeing wasn't making sense. And I was trying to reconcile like, okay, so his face, there's a very high likelihood that his face isn't melting off. That being said, I should lay down. For sure. And then I also was having like a scale issue because Michael was just so tiny, okay, that everything else was looking massive in comparison, but my brain wasn't like, this human is small, this human is big. No, it was exaggerating how much bigger everything else was. So when Michael was maybe 6 days old, my mother-in-law and her best friend and my niece came over. My niece had just turned 1. I think this was the day after her birthday. When I tell you, I thought this was the Jolly Green Giant walking in my house. It was a 1-year-old. She looked like the biggest baby I've ever seen in my life. She was walking towards me. I was literally, my heart was beating out of my chest. I'm like, this is a giant. Her head looked like a brick. Like, I never saw anything like. I was tripping out. Everything looked humongous compared to this little tiny baby. And now even when I see her, mind you, she's 9. Her birthday just passed. She don't, I still sometimes have flashbacks like, damn, you were a big ass 1-year-old. But she wasn't. She was just big compared to my 6-pound baby. Every time I say, I'm like, you was a big ass baby. Did you know that? You were big as hell. Came into my house talking about 5-4 fun. Shaking the shelves. Yes. Rattling my dishes. Yes. We was all there. We saw it. We all saw it. My mom experienced something like this and I could not understand what she was explaining. Yes. It's very surreal. It's very, very surreal. It's very surreal. Now she all tall and skinny, neck all skinny. Just a bag of bones. But I remember when you was rattling my damn dishes. She literally looked like a 6-foot tall 1-year-old. She was a tall 1-year-old though. But her head, everyone's head just looks so big. Everyone's head. Very bizarre. I wonder if that's going to happen to me now that I know that. I wonder if me being conscious and aware of it will prevent it from happening. I hope so, because I didn't like that. That happened to you too? See, it's a crazy phenomenon. I want to do research. I want to know what it's called. Big head syndrome. I need to know. All right. This is a good spot because now all we got to do is some shading, her hat. Like, we're done. See, I don't like how you casually, temporarily lose your mind. It is very casual until it's not. That's the other thing. Sometimes it don't like go back. That's the scarier part. It's better for it to just be a little temporary thing, but sometimes it don't go back. You got to go talk to the lady. But mine went back. I also didn't really have postpartum depression. I had the baby blues for like not even a week, maybe a couple of days. And it was nothing like extreme. I just felt sad. and confused. I felt very sad and confused for a couple of days. The main thing that I remember lingering for a long time was like I had like a full identity crisis where I was like having a hard time understanding who I was now that I was a mom. And I was like trying to like understand myself. Like, do I like the same things? Am I the same person as I was before I had this child? Like, you lose like a little sense of like who you are because everything, your normal is completely shifted. So you view yourself completely differently. And you have to like kind of go through this process of relearning yourself, because there's parts of you that do change. There's parts of you that stay the same. And you had to kind of like learn how to like mourn the past version of you and step into this new version of yourself. And that was very scary the first time. I remember being very scared about that because I was like, who am I? I'm like 80% the same though. 20% of me I did let go though. It just happens. Making room for bigger and better. So I'll be interested to see how this feels this time around, because also I was 25, now I'm 34, so that will feel different, just having more life experience and being in a completely different space in my life. And then I'm not a first time mom, so I wonder. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll vlog. I vlogged with Michael too, so all of that stuff is documented. That's why I remember it, because your brain also makes you forget everything. It makes you erase all that. They're like, hey, she will never do this again if we keep all those memories stored, okay? We got to get rid of that. So, either way, the excitement outweighs all that crazy stuff. That's what I tell people, because people are like, why would anyone want to have a kid again after, like, you know, the birth process and then the postpartum and all that? It sounds so wicked, but it's just so worth it. It's worth it, bro. It's worth it. So I'm excited. All right. So I will see you guys back here 9:15-ish. You know, it's really pushing like 9:30. But if I say 9:30, then I won't be here till 9:45. That's why I lie to us. I lie to you and me every night. Because if I say 9:30, it will be 9:45. So I will see you guys back here tomorrow, 9:15-ish. Have an amazing evening. I love you. Good night.